Hello, my name is Peter Sommer, and I am the professor of saxophone here at Colorado State University in Fort Collins, and I'm very happy to present some playing examples as well as some tips for this year's Colorado All-State Band audition excerpts. For the excerpt in B minor on page 22 of the selected studies, a few quick tips. The first one is, as you're working on this with the metronome, move from practicing it in 2/4 to thinking of it in 1. So instead of thinking dugga da dugga da dugga da dugga da da, eventually dugga da dugga da dugga da dugga da dugga da dugga da da. That'll make it easier to feel it in a more of a flowing way with longer phrases. Second of all, don't be afraid to look for some alternate fingerings, such as down, starting on about the 5th line of the excerpt, where you can use alternate Ds and alternate Cs to make it easier to play through those passages. And last but not least, this etude has a lot of leaps from the middle register up to the high register, specifically palm key Ds. And these can really leap off the instrument in kind of a jarring way because that's such a responsive note on the instrument. So as we're playing through those, we want to keep our embouchure very steady and keep the air very steady and just let the instrument do the work of accenting those notes. Something like, as opposed to, we're really going for that note. That's going to have that note just leap off the instrument in a distracting way instead of feeling integrated as part of the line. So we're looking for a little more smoothness there. And now I hope you enjoy a full performance of this excerpt. For the excerpt in E flat major on page 23, a few things to look for. The first is when you're practicing this, be sure to set your metronome on 8th notes so that you can really learn all the different subdivisions in the rhythms throughout. This goes from duples to triples to quadruples and back again, and you want to make sure you're being accurate about all your rhythms as you prepare for your audition. Second, as opposed to the other excerpt, this has a lot of dynamic change written into the excerpt. So we really want to take advantage of that. If you see crescendo, a diminuendo, the difference between forte and piano, really bring those out. In addition to making the excerpt just more fun to play, it also reflects a lot more of your attention to the details in the audition material. And last, there's a couple of passages written in 30-second notes. These aren't incredibly fast at this tempo, but sometimes seeing all that on the page can give us a little bit of anxiety. In the case of both of those in this excerpt, one thing I do is I really ground myself with beat 1 and 3, given the shape of the line, which kind of starts high, goes down, and hits a low note and comes back up. So the first one, so I'm really hearing those two notes I really emphasize with a tenuto, almost a hold there. Those help ground me even when I play it in a more fluid fashion. And so that helps me feel like I'm not just looking at a bunch of notes all in a row, but actually have a way to kind of group them and phrase them. It makes them much easier to learn and much easier to play in an expressive and musical way. And now I hope you enjoy a full performance of this excerpt. I hope the tips and examples in this video are useful to you as you prepare for your Colorado All-State band audition or any other honor bands you may be auditioning for. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I love to help folks whenever I can. And in the meantime, I hope you have a great academic year.